How's it going, everybody? Today we are jumping back in Road to Vostok and we are going to do something a tiny bit different. We are going to take a look at build 2 of the game that's going to be released in quarter 3 of this year. We actually got quite a bit of information about this upcoming update from Anti himself, from the developer of the game, and today we are going to go through it. We are going to take a look at everything that we know about this upcoming update called Nomads. And he says right here that build 2 is all about the NPCs and making the world feel like it doesn't care about us, the players. The goal is to create a feeling that we are just a random trespasser in a situation that is beyond our control. Now at the moment, the video game feels like we are the main character, us the players, who just, explores, gathers loot and goes up against the baddies, but this will drastically change in build 2 of the game. And when it comes to build 2, the main addition will be a faction called Nomads. This is going to be a friendly faction by default and they will roam the game world independently. And we actually have a first look at the Nomad character models. We have a couple of them here. And from what I understand, we are going to be able to encounter these guys in a couple of different ways. When we start up a new game, we might see a group of nomads sitting near our cabin's campfire, and these nomads might be cooking up some num-nums. They can, speak with each other, talk with each other, interact with each other, and we can interact with them as well. They will have mini tasks for us, and we are also going to be able to barter for items, so we will be able to trade with these nomads. That's kind of one of the ways that we can encounter them, whilst they are chilling out and about. But here's the thing, with this new update, the nomads will actually fight the bandits that are currently in the video game. So a different way or a different situation where we can encounter the nomads is this. When we transition in between maps, we might hear some combat in the distance. And if we decide to help out the nomads that are fighting the bandits, our reputation with the nomads will increase and eventually we can actually start adding certain nomads to our friend list. And what we can do, we can actually allow our nomad friends to visit our shelter to sleep, eat, or perform certain tasks like playing instruments or feeding our cat whilst we are away. And that is actually going to be really useful. It's going to come in handy for sure. If they can feed our kitty whilst we are gone, exploring maps and whatnot, that is going to be very useful. It's gonna be great having them around our base because the kitty, requires quite a bit of food and we have to be at the base to feed the kitty cat, or we have to have it with us. But if the nomads are going to be able to sit at our base or at our shelter and take care of that, they are going to be very useful. Now we can also join nomad meetings in the world, or we can ask a nomad to follow us to a specific map, and at these nomad meetings or nomad gatherings we may encounter the nomad boss, and this boss is going to be a lore based character with a trader like task system. And later on, this Nomad boss will have some specific quests. So we are going to be able to have Nomad companions by the looks of it. They are going to be able to travel with us. I'm not sure if it's just going to be one or multiple. We are going to have to wait and see. My best guess is that when we increase our reputation to a certain level, that is when we are going to be able to have them follow us and help us out to a certain degree. And naturally, we can also go up against the nomads. If we kind of decide that we don't like them, we can turn hostile, and if we do that, our reputation will go down and certain nomads will also turn hostile, towards us until we stabilize or improve our reputation over time. And then we are also going to have nomad events. From what I understand, we will see nomads using vehicles or mopeds. They are going to be looting. We're going to be able to find, for example, a wounded nomad like in the woods or somewhere, and then we can decide if we want to help them or not. And then apparently they're going to roam around as well. When they're not chilling, cooking up some food, when they're not fighting bandits, they're gonna be like exploring around so we can bump into them. And already this sounds really good if we get all of that in the game with this upcoming update. I mean, the game world will feel completely different in a really good way, and that's not even everything that this update will bring. From what I understand, on top of the Nomads, there's also going to be this high level NPC overhaul. So we are going to have NPC progression. For example, the military faction will feel significantly harder than the bandits, and as we all know, at the beginning of the game on the village map and on the school map we have the regular bandits, but then later on at the apartments or at the terminal we have these military guys with AKs and whatnot, and these guys are going to be a lot harder to go up against than the regular bandits. And it says here that the goal is to have faction based unique behaviors, so fighting against each faction should feel different. The NPC behavior will change as well. NPCs will patrol in groups and perform actions like weapon reloading, they will investigate noise, they will pick up loot, they will light fires and use flashlights, they are going to throw grenades. So basically they are going to feel like they actually live in the world, just like us, the players basically. They are not just going to run around from point A to point B looking for us, they are going to perform different tasks as well. And another goal with this build to update is to introduce more randomness and chaos into the game world. Since Road to Vostok is a sandbox game, replayability requires a lot of randomness, so I'm guessing we are going to see a lot more events in the future. And speaking of events, from a personal point of view, I kinda wish that events were a tiny bit more common, or maybe common is not the right word here, but I wish that we would see them a tiny bit more often than we do now. So I've been playing the game for about 50 hours and I have seen, events like heli crashes and whatnot, but for example, when it comes to the Punisher boss, I've seen him one time driving by and that's it. And I know that there's a lot of RNG luck involved when it comes to basically anything and everything from loot to events, but I kind of wish that the more time we survive, the more days we survive, the more events we get to see. I wish that, by day 50, the percentage is going to go up from 10% to 15% or to 20% or something like that. But I'm sure that there's a mod out there, if I'm gonna be honest. There's probably a mod out there increasing the number of events that we can see, but I'm so terrible when it comes to mods. I'm scared that I will break the video game. So I'm hoping that, with new updates, we are going to see some changes when it comes to events as well. But yeah, those are some of the things that Build 2 will add to the game, and we actually have a quote from Anti here, from the actual developer, and he says that given the successful launch of the game, the future is really bright for Road to Vostok. I'm pretty confident that by the end of this year, we will already be playing a game that is a totally different beast compared to the current version. So it looks like we can look forward to many more updates with different additions and improvements, which is great. Personally, I'm really excited to see where Anti is going to take the game, because it is a really good game and it looks like it's going to be even better with new updates. But there we have it. We are going to stop here for today. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video. I hope you have enjoyed. In case you did, be sure to drop some stuff and things down below, and I will see you in the next video.